getting bigger. A couple of them are kind of small. You can tell, like, the tails are starting to get the more mature tails. Look at that current. But they're strong enough to swim against it. It's amazing. What they do is they swim against the current and they go like about 4 blocks up, and then they just ride it back. They ride it back down maybe a couple blocks, and then they kind of walk amongst marsh and stuff like that, and when they come out around, I don't know, somewhere around the front of the Cadillac, and then they walk around right here, and then they do the same thing over. And then sometimes they come out down there, and like later in the day, they'll be in the field over there. It's like they do the same thing over and over. It's like the older, like the parents teach them, they teach them a routine, see? It'll take them about, maybe about 30 minutes or so to go a few blocks down, and then later on you'll see them, they'll stay up there for a little while, and then they'll just float all the way back and then repeat. It's funny. Funny in a cool way. No, what's not so funny is this. At least the flood's kind of gone away, sort of. Not entirely, but pretty much. It's my claim anyway. And they dropped off some aluminum, and my daughter in her boots pushed all these lawnmowers over here, the wheels and all that kind of stuff, because I want to bring all that stuff inside. All the power machinery, anything like that, I want to bring indoors so don't get ruined. I guess these things are not propane tanks. They're like Freon bottles or something, I don't know. Oh, and Gil Skills wants to come out here. Now, who could handle this? Gil Skills or Scrap and Pallet Man? I think this. I think I'm better off going by. Oh, wow! They tricked me this time. Look at that. They came out right there. They didn't bother swimming all the. I guess maybe the current's too strong or something. Because they usually pop out up there somewhere. When they get older like this, the parent geese are a little less defensive of the chicks. Some of them are pretty big though. Why are there only 3 parents? There's like there's 2 different flocks. Okay, they're not all at the same maturity rate. Alright. Enough of the nature. I don't know, it's just fascinating. Yeah, so I think it'd probably be better for me to go way up north than to have Pallet Man come here. I don't know. I think this might be a little overwhelming. Well, maybe Gil Skills could probably handle it. I don't know. I think so. That'd make a nice collaborative video, I think. If you want to call it that. Both of us holding cameras, pointing them at each other. This is a kind of like a, I don't know, like YouTube scrapping channels. It's, when you think about it, it's kind of like a weird thing. Like, why is it a thing? It's like its own separate. There's some that are like dabble into everything, you know, fixing things, a little scrapping, flea markets. Well, I just keep saying it over and over because I'm just so fascinated by it, but look how popular like Taco Stacks channels become, like 175,000 subs. It was right on target with the claim that I made a while back. Like, he'll probably have like 250,000. Like he'll probably get like I would say another 100,000. Not even, okay, 175. All right, so 250,000. So, yeah, easily get another 75,000 by the end of the year. So I have 250,000. That's really good. I mean, it's a worthwhile channel too. People aren't stupid. I mean, they're not going to subscribe to something and make something that popular if it's no good. I spotted a quarter there, shimmering in the sunlight, or the sometimes sunlight today. There's money around here on the ground. Just, you know, from the simple fact you bring appliances and stuff to this location, you know, any junkyard, like a car junkyard or a scrap yard, it's got coins laying around from all the machines and stuff like that. That's partly aluminum, so that could get dismantled. Well, that wasn't smart. All right. You! I forgot my you. You! Lazy or hardworking? Should I just tear down this load right here and add stuff to it? Or should I, yeah, maybe, or should I like add stuff to this? Or should I tear down the entire scrap load and then restack it? Lazy or hardworking? What's the claim? The price is so low, man. You know, that's a killer though. You know, constantly like changing it up the way that I do stuff because the price is so darn low. Yeah, so that channel, Gil Skills, he just got over 4,000 subs. That's pretty good. Because not that long ago, I think he had like 2,000 something. So he's doing pretty good there, because you know, that channel, very helpful channel. You know what I mean? It's like almost like YouTube networking, sort of. I don't know, kind of like that. All right, maybe I'll take that pallet off. A lot of times with the way that I do stuff, it's easier just to tear everything down and restack it, especially if it's a load that came into the truck from me just driving around. Because I'm fat and I'm not going to climb up and down 3 feet each time to go and stack something in. There'd be a lot of unnecessary wear and tear on the knees and the, you know, the body. So that's why I avoid doing that, because getting down I have to jump or get on my knees on the tailgate and crawl down or whatever. So for me personally, nah. So that ends up like that. But I'll say it over and over again. A couple of subscribers came up with this. Hey, you know, just use one of the trucks you're not using to sort and separate the material. And I can't say that that was bad advice. It seems like it works pretty good so far. So once the truck gets filled, I pretty much know what I have, right? I have a truckload. Take it right to the yard then. Take it off that truck, and too bad it's not running right now, but if it was, see, that's the ideal. I mean, if it was, once it's sorted and separated, you don't have to handle it again or nothing, and it's all one straight load, clean aluminum. No sorting and separating at a scrapyard, risking getting your car smashed into, or, you know, by other scrappers or errant scrapyard machinery running into you. These things do happen, guys. There you go. We got more aluminum. Random bits laying around here. Not sure what that is. Might be aluminum. I'll need a magnet to be sure. Or I could just, it's kind of tinny. It could, even if it is steel, I could probably pass it off as aluminum, right? I'm not above that. Maybe I should take that micro apart or put a Barbie up there. Lazy or hardworking? What's it gonna be? I'm not sure. See, my day's all turned inside out because I had to take my kid to, I had to take Nora to her school that she graduated from. Thought I was done with that stuff, but I guess not. They have some special program there today for the class that graduated. If you want to go, and I don't know. Me, I was never one of them kind of people. When school graduated, let out, 8th grade, I never stepped foot in that school again. Let alone see any of those people that I went to school with. They were instantaneously in the annals of ancient history. Well, that one, I wonder if I could take that one apart. Yeah, they were gone. They're gone! Then it was on to hell in high school. Pure solid hell. Yeah, so I took my daughter and a friend in here, so I cleaned out all those McChicken wrappers and stuff. Don't worry, there'll be more. They'll be covering the floor again. The truck will be it'll be a big mess again. Let's give it a day or two. Give it a day or two and everything will be right with the world. You know, like The Odd Couple? Like, why was the one dude who, I don't know, what was the one character's name was? Oscar and Felix? I don't know which guy is which. I mean, it was kind of before my time, really. Sort of. I mean, you still see it in reruns, so I don't know. Not something I'd ever watch, but this crappy television. Like, TV's always been crappy, so we have to. It's gotten so crappy though nowadays that it's like actually like a little bit of wind knocked the door over. It's actually like ancient times have like come back, and we have to entertain ourselves and each other with this thing called YouTube. So we have to tell each other stories. Because Hollywood has gone too left. Hey, that's my claim, okay? Well, doing something like that makes it more compact. I don't know. Maybe I just wasted my time, I don't know. I know I did lifting the store up, now I gotta do it again. See, you have to handle it 40 times, because you're not... Yeah, I know. I can't make my argument in English, so maybe that somebody with a multiple master's degree in English can argue my argument for me. Let's wind it up again. It's almost like making the argument about the price of cat. This is a separate subject, but another subject that is hard to argue. Because the argument seems like it's sewn up, but it's not. You know, the argument about cast iron. You know, hey, junkyards pay more for cast iron. Yeah, some do. They pay more money than their price that they are paying for sheet iron, like that. So, you could take your cast iron bathtub to that particular yard, and they will pay you more money than they are paying for that tin. Okay? That doesn't mean that I should load up on cast iron and go over to that yard, because you know what? That yard might be paying the same price or less than the highest price I can find for tin. So, a lot of times I get yelled at from people watching my videos. Whoa, you put the cast iron with the sheet iron. Yes, because their price is higher than the highest price I can find for cast iron. I can go to another junkyard that pays a high price for cast iron. Okay, but their high price for cast iron is the same or less than their high price for steel. I don't know. I try that argument over and over, and I'm missing something in my argument. In the phraseology or the words or something, because the argument does not work. It doesn't stick. But in reality, I go and deliver the scrap metal because I'm the one doing it, not the people watching my videos, okay? And I can take this piece of tin, and I can get the same money for this piece of tin as I can get for that cast iron bathtub, and I'm not going to get any more for that. Forget it. My point is, you go to a high-paying scrapyard. Let's say paying $200 a ton for steel, but they don't pay any more for cast iron. They pay the same price. Now I can go to yard B, and they are paying $150 for tin like this, but they're paying $200 or $190 for the cast iron. And they can say, rightfully say, we pay more for your cast iron. And people are like, oh, really? We pay more. But you don't stop and think that, yes, they are paying more. They're paying more than their lower price for their sheet iron. So you're not getting more than you would as if you went to another yard. But for some reason, you can't argue that with anybody because they don't understand. It's like me trying to explain how if there was an apocalypse, right? The people, the Flat Earth Society would win. Their argument would win eventually in relatively short order over, oh, the Earth is not the center of the universe, you know, but the Flat Earth Society, the Earth is the center of the universe. Within a generation or so, people would believe that the Earth was the center of the universe, and very few people would believe that, no, it isn't. Because simple observation, looking into the sky, it's the sun that's appearing to move around, not the Earth. And as far as you can tell, standing on the ground, the Earth is flat. Okay, so eventually their argument would take back over, like weeds, okay? So that's why they keep teaching the same stuff over and over and over again. Because from Earth, it looks like, pretty much looks like the moon is moving around the Earth, and the stars and everything else. So if that's the case, then the Earth must be the center of the universe, because everything else is moving around it, as far as they can tell. How do you win when you have an argument like that? When you have somebody arguing against you with a solid argument like that, a solid sounding argument, you're never going to win. That's my claim. You can't win. Oh, that's so negative. No, you can't, because the argument is so solid. I think I'm done yapping about that. I don't know, I claim I'm only going to make 50 or 60 bucks today. I'm not going to make that, actually, okay? I'm going to get probably $60, okay, minus gasoline expense, which is about $20, $25, okay? Driving around looking for the material and delivering the material, which, arguing with my flat earther viewers, okay, it's more efficient to deliver with a larger vehicle, okay, because you reduce the amount of trips with larger volumes of stuff. But getting there, okay, for me, doesn't seem very easily because these things are still broken down. Okay, because if I have to stop my day 100% to go and work on something that I'm probably not going to get running, okay, I just lost a day's cash flow, which speeds the ball rolling downhill. And right now, at this point, I'm trying to slow the ball from rolling downhill, or the rock. I'm that guy from the Greek mythology. How do you say his name? Sisyphus or something? I can't recall. He was doomed to Hades or something like that. Yeah, or like purgatory or something. And he was forever pushing the boulder uphill, only to get it near the top, only for the boulder to break free and roll almost all the way back down, for him to go and push it all the way back up to the top, only for it to... That's me. That's the story of my life. Oh, you're so negative. It might sound that way. I'm used to it. I don't know any different. I probably wouldn't be able to handle it if it was, but then again, maybe I might be able to handle it. I just never had smashing success. But maybe I'll get there one of these days. Oh, a bunch of little bits now left. Allegedly that thing runs. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I should pedal this load to the yard now, or what? I don't know. I hate being in a quandary. But there, I find myself that way, right? In a quandary. I get that board over there and fill the back there, but get a ladder, I don't know, add more stuff to it. That's kind of a loose load of scrap. And I'll see you in the next video.